What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yours truly, Kendrick, out here, back again with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Back at it again, episode 15 of Going Beneath the Surface with yours truly. Solo video here today, man. And what are we talking about, Ken? What are we talking about, Kendrick? Pretty much just relationships, right? And what exactly that I seek in a partner, or what is something that I prefer in a partner? What are some turn ons? What are some turn offs? What are some non negotiables? What are some stories that can tell about, that hurt me and broke my heart, while also it shaping who I am today? And what is it that I, prefer in a woman because of this heartbreak, because of this hurt, right? And so on and so forth. This is a video idea that I literally came up with this morning, watching a video and on Instagram, and it just made me like, wow, like what would I do in that situation? And I'm gonna save that scenario as the last topic for this video, and then thinking about that particular situation made me think about other topics that we're going to get into and all those great things, man. So yeah, relationships, what I seek in someone. And for anyone that's not aware, yours truly is single. And so, just trying to find what is it that I want in someone, trying to figure out what is it that makes me happy, and what can they do to allow me to be in a space of being comfortable enough to open my heart out again, and not be in fear of doing it, and doing it comfortably, you know, um, opening up your heart to someone is hard as it is for anyone. But for me personally, man, just like I tell people all the time, everything literally started for me when my dad passed away. When my dad passed away, that just kind of like shut a lot of things down for me, in a negative way, as far as like my heart, my emotions, my feelings, and the way that I went about going about just living life post his passing. It's just like you don't talk to anyone, you don't share your feelings, you don't share your emotions, you don't allow people to see that side of you. You know what I'm saying? But here I am as someone who eventually wants to be married, for someone who wants to eventually be a father one day. Like, you obviously have to open yourself up. And it's been a journey for me. It's just been a very interesting uh journey with women, and trying to find the quote unquote one to eventually put a ring on. Yeah, this is it's all just life, really, right? And the first thing that I want to talk about, man, is just like, I'm real big now that I'm at my big age of 28, soon to be 29 this year. I'm real big on accountability. That's one of the biggest names of the game for me when it comes to um, a possible relationship with someone. Like, accountability is major for me. Whether you feel like you're right, or especially when you feel like you're, possibly wrong, like being willing to admit, like, okay, like I messed up, like I did that. You know what I mean? And you're willing to make the adjustments to, better this person and better how they feel. Um, Being accountable enough to say, I need to make the adjustments because what I'm doing, what I'm saying is making this person uncomfortable, is triggering to this person. So allow me to do the work within myself so I can continue this thing going forth. as you particularly say that you want. You know what I mean? It's easy to continue something with someone when it's in the honeymoon phase, quote unquote, when it's happy and joyful and all that stuff. But the true test comes to play when there's overthinking involved. There is uh, just going back and forth, having an argument, having just those tough moments. Like it's easy to just walk away and just like find someone else. But like when you truly see someone in your life, like again, accountability, making sure that you are doing the necessary steps to continue this to further along in life together. You know what I'm saying? So accountability is big for me. And topic number one for me is like, what is it that I am still working on just as an individual to better myself to allow a woman to stay in my life? My longest relationship has been 8 months. And so like when I talk to people or I come across people where they've been in relationships for 5, 8, 10, 15, 20 years, my ego hits. My ego gets a little hurt because I just want someone for a year. That would be great. That would be amazing. That's my highest one. That would be, um, that would be cool. Having a person around to stick around for a year, and be faithful to me and just be my woman. That would be cool. That would be great. That would be awesome. But what is it that I am working on? Like I mentioned earlier, like I'm an overthinker, and I think that's an aspect of myself that I don't think will ever go away. Um, but it's also an aspect that I am willing to tone down when someone is um, not necessarily quote unquote doing their job, but like reassuring me that I am the one for them. I am the one they look forward to being together with forever. You know what I'm saying? Like having that reassurance that there is no one else. There is only you, Kendrick. There is only you that they see in their lives. Like reinsurance is real big for me. And owning up to the fact that, yeah, I'm an overthinker. Um, Believe it or not, regardless of how nice of a person I can be a little petty. You know what I'm saying? Like I can be, once you piss me off in a sense, or like once I'm mad, it's like I believe in tit for tat. You know, I don't believe in just like something happening to me and just like letting it go. Like I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not healed from that world just yet. So like in a petty sense, you step on my toe, I'm gonna step on your toe. Like you slap me, I slap you. Not in a not in a woman's perspective. Like I'm just saying, like uh, in a sense of just getting back at someone. You know what I mean? Um, because I never hit a woman in my life, never will. I will say though, like in a petty sense, doing something out of defense is has always been like my best method to just feel better about myself in a situation, whether I feel like I'm in the right in a situation or whether I'm in the wrong. Like I can't let certain things go, and that's something that I'm working on. You know what I mean? That's something that I am pushing myself to become better at. And letting that pettiness go and just like be man enough to walk away from certain situations whether it's involving a woman or whether it's involving a man that's doing something harmful to me or just drawing at the mouth. But um, yeah, overthinking, being a little petty, believe it or not, believing in going tit for tat for something. Um, just working on me in a sense, like becoming a better communicator, becoming a better uh, initiator. That's something major that I never truly understood about women till I got older, and I realized, like, hey, like certain most women, appreciates a man that takes initiative and is willing and uh, more than willing and happily able to lead on their own. I never truly had someone in my life, man wise, to sit me down and say, hey, this is what a woman prefers. This is what a woman wants you to do. Like, women wants you to do this, women wants you to do that. So I had to learn these things as I go and as I went in life. And that's just what I've done in life, where it's like I take these heartbreaks, I take these hurtful moments, even though I wanted this person to be the one, even though I wanted this person to be my wife one day, even though I wanted this person to be, the mother of my kids, I walked away from those situations learning a lesson. Like, okay, she wanted me to do this. I wasn't in that mindset or that space to do that because I wasn't taught. But now that I've gone through it, I'm taking those lessons with me. So like the next woman can, you know what I mean, and be the, not necessarily experiment, but like be that person that I can treat better because of this situation. You know what I'm saying? So being better initiator, becoming a better communicator, because I can mentally shut down. Um, I do not believe in uh, arguing. Like I just don't have the capacity to go back and forth, yelling, having a shouting match. Like I don't have the energy. So like when tenseful moments come about, I tend to shut down and just like don't say anything, don't talk. Like I would rather have like a sit down man to woman conversation. Like, why are you upset? And I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset. And regardless of if we agree to disagree, like we had a conversation, boom, shake hands, hug, kiss, boom, move forward. Um, and one thing that I truly advise someone to do, please, if my future woman in my life is going to watch this, like I will want you to get everything out as far as your feelings, your emotions, based off of this one negative aspect of like I said, if we have a miscommunication or some type of argument or disagreement on something, and we have a conversation about it, please get everything out. Don't say a piece of it, not some of it, most of it, like all of it. Because I've been in situations where like, we had a literal 2-hour conversation about a disagreement that we had. And I'm the type of person, again, like we talk about it, we agree to disagree, move forward. And I got everything off of as far as like how I felt in that situation. So I've moved on from the situation. Whereas for her, it didn't really, she didn't really let that go in a sense. Like she didn't really um, got off everything that she wanted. She just wanted to brush it off and be like, okay, cool, whatever, move on. Like, please don't do that. Like, let me know how you're feeling, regardless if it's negative or indifferent. talk to me. So again, going back to what I said in the beginning, what I'm doing, if it's bothering you to that extent, like I'm willing to make the adjustments to better this, to better, our communications and better our feelings for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more than willing to accommodate for anything that my partner is willing to talk to me about and tell me. If this is triggering you, if this is making you feel away, cool, great, awesome. I'm willing to change that. You know what I'm saying? But it all boils down to communication. And vice versa. I'm more than willing to say how I feel. If, this is bothering me or this is triggering me or uh, this makes me feel away, cool, I'm going to voice it. You know what I mean? And so trying to become a better communicator, trying to become a better initiator um, about just how I'm feeling, where I'm at with things, and just having that line of communication that can better us in the future. You know what I mean? Those are like the major things that I'm still working on as a partner, as a potential partner. Um, I've had my heart broken based off of a female having a male friend. You know what I mean? And then the whole time they were, seeing each other. And so for a long time, when a woman comes to me and say, "Oh, I have X amount of guy friends, or I have this particular guy friend," my antennas go up. Because again, going back to that situation, like you know what I'm saying? And also too, like I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy that would play the friend role. You know what I mean? Like I know how it goes. So now that I'm on the other side of it, like I raise my eyebrows on everybody because it's like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like, do you truly have this person? Um, do you truly have this woman's, um, heart in a sense of like, do you truly want the best for her in a friend's mindset or mentality, or are you just playing along and just waiting for an opportunity to strike and then boom, you know what I mean? And so like I'm very questionable about any and everything about that. But nowadays it's not it's one of those things for me now that I've grown and I've matured a little bit. It's like I would never tell a woman to do anything. Like, oh, it's between me or him, or it's between me or them. You gotta, you know what I mean? I'm not in that space anymore. Um, but I will say that um just me being overprotective. I don't know if it depends on the female, but I don't know if that's like a negative thing for certain women to have a man that's overprotective or anything like that. Again, it depends on the woman. But for me, just being the overprotector that I can be and that I know I am, it's like I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just use God's gift to me, which is my eyes and my ears, and pay attention and observe. You know what I mean? And peep little things. If something is done or something is said that I don't like, I'm not going to make a scene in front of everybody. I'm going to just put it to the side or wait until we're alone and be like, hey, I don't, you know what I mean? Have a conversation with him first before I do. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you be the messenger. You know what I'm saying? So, because like, I feel like I told this story I did tell this story or this opinion of mine at a earlier episode where I was like, because I pay attention to everybody, not just male friends, just everybody that surrounds you, family, friends, associates, co-workers, everybody that's associated to you, I pay attention to because at the end of the day, these are going to be the people that's not only going to be at our wedding, but also more specifically is going to help raise our child. And again, being an overprotector that I am, like I need to know if they're yeah, like because I'm going to be that dad where it's like I don't want anyone doing anything harmful to our daughter or our son than his or her parents, me or you. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody looks at them crazy. Like I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? And um so I'm real big on like quote unquote checking people and like making sure like hey like um yeah, my overprotectiveness is talking now. But um yeah, I'm just one of those people, man. You know what I mean? Like if you have something on your mind, anything that's just making you feel away, please do me a favor and talk to me and let me know. Again, I'm more than willing to accommodate and do whatever that is to make this better. You know what I mean? My strength is that I'm a listener, I'm a communicator. Like I'm a communicator also, so that's a strength. But I also need to communicate as a flaw that I have. So it's kind of like two and two. One on one. You know what I mean? Like I can communicate, but at the same time, I can't. As far as like just that ego and that pride of mine can definitely eat me up, and just like I don't want to bring her into my problems. So like I don't want to seem like I'm ranting too much or like complaining. Because as a man, you're supposed to take lead, take charge, be initiative, take. You know what I mean? So I try to just shove that and just like do whatever that I can do. Um, but yeah, I can communicate to a certain extent. I'm a listener. You know what I mean? Guaranteed, man. Like I'm a funny guy. I can make you laugh for sure. Make you smile, make you feel good as a person, as a woman. And so, yeah, man. Like I am real good at just most importantly being myself and bringing that calmness to any situation. You're having a bad day? Cool, great. Allow me to sit here and listen to you rant for like 5 minutes. And yeah, okay, cool. That's great. Your day is over now. And so calm down, relax. What do you need for me to do? You need me to cook dinner for you? Cool, great, awesome. I got you. You know what I mean? Go watch whatever. Go shower, go bathe. I got you. I got you for everything. You know what I mean? So, um, those are my strengths, I would say. Being able to just be there. You know what I mean? Just be present. And yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And another point that I want to talk about is why growth and maturity it matters in choosing who you want in your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't want, as I'm approaching 29, you don't want someone in your life who is, I don't know, 28 or 27, but has a 21-year-old mindset. And so it's important to allow someone in your space that is aligning with your growth and where you want to be in life. Who you're becoming is aligning with who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. It's kind of like I thought about this example the other day. So like it's crazy that I'm finally talking about this now. Um, it's kind of like a marathon because life is a marathon. Like you're constantly running, and we're both in two lanes. We're in two different lanes, but we're at the same speed. We're at the same um, just just going in life. You know what I mean? Like we're just dealing with life as we go, and the hurdles and the obstacles and the roadblocks. You know what I mean? And I would like to hold your hand while we're running, but don't try to pull me into your lane because I'm not in your lane. You're in your lane for a reason, and I'm in my lane for a reason. And obviously, what I'm doing in my lane sparks your interest, and what you're doing in your lane spark my interest. But don't try to pull me into your lane because everything that I'm doing doesn't align with the way you are choosing to live your life, and you want me to change who I am just to fit into your world. That's not how it goes. It's not supposed to go how it goes. You know what I mean? Um, you accept me for who I am. I accept you for who you are, and that's just the bottom line. Because in life, we're going to have disagreements. We're going to have different ways of viewing things and different ways of life. But it's up to us again, the maturity and the growth aspect where you just accept it. Like, okay, cool. You eat these kind of foods. I don't. I like to play video games. You don't. That's cool. That's great. You know what I mean? You like to do this and do that. I that's not really my scene, but I accept that because that's who you are. Um, I definitely pride myself on just accepting someone as they come. You know what I mean? Like again, going back to what I said earlier, like I'm not here to change you. I'm here to just put this, this spirit and just this presence in your life that's constantly push you to be better and be a better person and better woman for not only the people around you but also for yourself. Um, and that comes with challenging you, like when you feel like you want to give up and feel like you want to just tap out on things, like no, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? um and so yeah, man, like don't try to change who I am. Don't try to modify who Kendrick is just because I don't fit the narrative that you want your man to supposed to be. Because again, I disagree with me or not, I feel like a vast majority of women in this world have this vision. They grew up having this vision of what their dream man is supposed to do and look like and act like. And you turn down this guy and turn down this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy because they don't fit the physical form of what you want your man to be. And once you feel like you've met that person, you met that dream man, that's when you get to hurt the most because he doesn't he doesn't fit the mentality or the maturity level of what you wanted. He fit the physical aspects, you know what I mean? But the mentality, the maturity, the growth, the just the attitude of what it is that you're searching for, it does not have it. And so that's why 10 times out of 10, mm, some women, not all, but like half of the women in the world that are married now are probably not with the guy that they originally thought they would be with. You know what I mean? Does your husband currently fit the vision that you grew up with, as far as like the man that you wanted in your life? I'm pretty sure the answer is no, because you been down that road, you've been hurt, you've done this, you did that. He may not fit the physical form of what you wanted, but he has the attitude, he has the growth, he has the maturity, and he holds things down. You know what I mean? And that's all it truly should matter. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, just like having someone that fits, the lane that you are running in and holding hands while you're doing it. Don't try to pull her. You're not trying to pull him. You guys accept what it is that you guys have, you know, individually, and try to pinpoint ways on how it's going to work together. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's a definite like task for sure, because everybody's different. Everybody has their own ways doing things. But it all boils down to, having that love, having that communication, and just willingness to do the work for one another, you know? And so, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Growth matters, maturity matters, and just having someone to, match that is very important. Very important. Non-negotiables, turn ons and turn offs for me. I am someone who's very goal oriented. Like, I'm career driven, and I would like for someone to be like that as well. Like, I don't want I don't want someone to just hang on to me and my accomplishments. Like, I want you to go after your goals. I want you to go after your aspirations in life. Like I that old school men go out, do this, women stays at home shit. That's not for me. Um like I want you to go after what you want to do. Like, I don't want you to stop life because of me. Like, I wouldn't feel right as a person, as a man, if that was to occur. Like, we'll have to have like a very long conversation on that, if someone is like that and that comes across into my life. Um, but yeah, man, like I want you to go to nursing school. Like, I want you to, study law, and I want you to do this. I want you to travel. I want you to do this. Cool, great. I can be your biggest male cheerleader. Like, please go. You know what I mean? And so I would want someone who is just as goal oriented, someone that is just as career driven, and is ambitious as well. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. Um, I am very family oriented. Like, I want kids. I want to be married one day, and if that does not align with you, like, that's cool. That's cool. That's great. Um, it just doesn't fit me. Like, I can't live a life without at least trying to have a family. You know what I mean? Like, am someone who has always envisioned myself to be a dad. Envision myself to always be a husband. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not one of those dudes that have like a particular vision of what my wedding wants to be or be like, um, because financially, weddings are very expensive. So I get that. I understand that. So I don't have like a vision of what my wedding, or have a dream wedding. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? As long as I put the ring on your finger, my close family are there to experience that. And yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, so someone that wants a family, wants to have at least one or two kids, I'm great with that. Me personally, I would want at least two or three. Three is my max. And yeah, yeah. I don't want a baseball team. I don't want a starting lineup, anything like that. I'm cool. Been there, done that. As far as like having a high number, but I feel like that was just one of those things that I was doing, and I was in that space of just doing things just because she wanted to. Like, I remember, not my past relationship, but not the latest one, the one before that. We had conversations about having kids, and so we wrote down. She wrote down, I think, the boys' names. I wrote down four girls' names, and we came together and we messed around and like all eight names. So it was like, forget it. We're just gonna have eight kids. Cool, great, awesome. But realistically, for that to happen, we'll have to get started like now, and I was just not in that space where I was like, I'm not ready for that. Like I'm not just like talking shit, but like I am not ready to be a kid, to be, a father right now. So like, um, just gonna have to wait on that. And I feel like that played a part into our eventual departure, because like the idea of having a family was real big on her. But as a man, you also have to be just honest with yourself. At that time, I was what 20, 25, 26, 27, something like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like even now at 28, about to be 29, like I still not, ready financially or any of those things. So like it would be a very dumb thing for me to do at that time. And so um yeah. But all in all, like having someone that aligns with your family aspirations, wanting a family, wanting to be married, wanting kids is very essential. I am someone that doesn't drink, does not smoke. Preferably in a perfect world, there's no such thing as perfect, but in a perfect world, I will want someone who does not do either one. But I've grown to not lift up that non-negotiable, but like slightly open the window a little bit as far as like someone who I guess drinks. I guess you can say, well, like what is it like socially, or you know, long day, long week of work, you finally off, you just want to drink or two. Cool, great. You know what I mean? But like when I say I don't want someone that drinks, it's like on a alcoholic level. Like you can't do anything in life without taking a drink. Like you can't even use the bathroom, take a shower, brush your teeth, do laundry without having a drink. Like it's to that point. You know what I mean? Like you got to go easily. You know what I'm saying? Um, as far as smoking, man, I've come across women that does that, but in a sense of, oh, I've been through this and smoking helps me, or doing this, helps me with this, helps me with that. Like, okay, cool, great. Um, what works for you, and that's fine. I just prefer you to not do it around me. That's my non-negotiable. Like I refuse to see someone in that capacity, whether it's like high, drunk, or tipsy. You know what I mean? Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the reason why I don't smoke or drink is because of seeing people in that way. When I was younger. Um, so just again, not to want to be triggered, do it away from me. And kind of like what I was saying earlier, someone um, listening to you and making the adjustments for you, that's very important to me. That means you're listening, like you are considerate towards, me and my situation, how I feel, my emotions with that. And that'd be great. Awesome. Thank you so much. And so, yeah, the window is slightly open. You feel what I'm saying? It's not completely closed as it used to be. But again, don't do it around me. Appreciate that. Um, just someone I prefer that is very. Mm, I don't want nobody that's rude. You know what I'm saying? Like, just feel like you're above everybody else. Um, that's just like because I believe that everybody's human. Everybody has their own ways of life, and everybody's journey is different. Everybody's lanes are different. You know what I'm saying? Like this person may be running at a uh 20 miles per hour. This person may be running 30. and that's okay. Or this person may be running at 70, and that's fine. Everybody has their own speed, everybody has their own lane to run in. But just because you're running at a faster rate than this person doesn't mean that you're better. And having someone in my life that feels like, they're better than this person, better than that person based off of how they were raised, or they did this in their life, they accomplished that, they accomplished this. Or even with me, you're with me, but like you feel like you're at a better level than me just because you're from here and you were raised this way and I was raised here and I was raised that way. Like, you're not better than me. Like, you're just, bro. I hate people like that. Like, I can't stand that. But like, I feel like, you know, having someone that's just there for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's willing to just listen to you, be there for you, and understand that you are who you are for a reason, and everything happens within our own spaces and time frames. And so, having someone in your life that's patient is very essential for me, because I don't have it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a stunner. Like, I'm not gonna post on social media that I got this and I got that, or come to you as if I'm this big baller, as this person that's like above his means. So like, I quit to tell you up front, like I'm struggling with this or I'm struggling with that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ask for help though. I'm just letting you know, like, yeah, that person you want, I don't know. That concert you want to go to next week, okay. Um, yeah, sorry, but like, that's just me being honest. That's just me being upfront. You know what I'm saying? As a man, though, I'm more than willing to want to do that. But do I have the means for that? Do I? Is it responsible for me to just spend my money on you, knowing that I have this bill coming up and have this, important payment for this coming up, and then now I'm looking crazy with no lights on or no house to go to because it's locked up because I didn't pay this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important to have someone that's understanding and is patient with you in any capacity, not just financially, but like in any capacity. Um, so that's very important for me, to have someone that has patience, especially when it comes to fatherhood. That's my biggest fear, being a dad. Believe it or not, not because I don't want kids, because that's obviously the goal, but having someone in my life is very important. That's why I've always wanted a family, having a wife, having someone that's going to definitely stick, because I'm a perfectionist. Maybe I should have said that too within things that I'm working on. I'm a perfectionist, man, because like, I just want to do everything right, and I want to be great in everything that I do. And having this blessing from God Himself, and this little tiny human is literally looking up to you to help them, to help guide them, to help nourish them into this crazy life. That's pressure. That's a task, and that's a job, and that's something that I don't know if I can be able to successfully obtain and successfully be able to accomplish on my own. So I need my partner in life to be patient with me and know that, Kendrick, you're doing a great job. You may think that you slipped up here and there, like, you're good. It's okay. Um, so that's very essential for me, having someone to just be patient with me in that space. Um, because, man, like, being a dad is very important to me. You know, um, That's something that I, definitely dream of and want to be incredibly great at. And I know I'm not going to be. I know I'm not going to be perfect. I know I'm not going to be the greatest dad in the world. I know I'm going to slip up doing this. I know I'm going to slip up doing that. My biggest fear within that world is my kid or kids growing up to resent me. That would be the biggest and greatest pain ever for me. Knowing that I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just want them to understand. You feel what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, man, like that's very important for me. You know? Yeah. Um, but yeah, parenthood is very important. Having a wife is very important, and so just having someone that just gets it and understands me is very up there. You know what I mean? So if I can remember correctly, I think that's majority of my turn ons and turn offs. If something clicks, I'll definitely let you guys know as I'm recording this. But moving forward, man, just like lessons learned, what I've learned throughout just dating and just seeing people. Um, Man, I got stories for days. I'm trying to short this. Man. Um, hmm. Story of because I remember sharing certain stories where like my last like big talking stage or getting to know stage with someone where it's like she was honest with me from the get go where it's like she was kind of like iffy about having kids. There's moments where she does and then there's moments where she doesn't. And that's like that was kind of like red flag number one for me because like if you're not for sure of what you want as far as like kids, like I don't want my time wasted. Like I should have been more upfront and been more honest with that. How based off how I felt, um, and not necessarily give her like a timetable or a time frame of when to make up your mind. I would just like more so lay back. Allow me to give her some time. Never mention it to her, all that stuff, Um, but yeah, man, like she didn't want kids, or on and off about having kids. Um, but yeah, man, like we got to know each other for sure. Met her, with great vibes, bro. And man, like there was definitely moments where I felt like in my heart, like, okay, this might be it for me. Like I think she's the one for sure. Absolutely. 100%. And, this goes back to what I said earlier, not being more of a communicator as far as where I'm at financially. I've never been in a situation with anyone in my life like this before until her, where it's like paying someone back, right? Like I've never been in a situation where it's like she believed in like she pays for this for the both of us, like she expects you to pay her back with what she paid for. Whereas for me, I've been in situations with women like, okay, you pay this, I pay that, I pay this, and you pay that. Cool, boom. There's no purpose of paying anyone back, like because you took care of this, I could take care of that. We had a verbal agreement, an understanding. Whereas for her, like she's gonna pay for this, she's gonna pay for that, but she expects you to pay her back based off of these things, and I'm just like, and rather than talk about that and speak my mind as far as like, oh, I'm gonna pay you back here, or I'm gonna pay you back then, or anything like that. I just kept quiet about it, and it came across to her. As time went on, we eventually had that conversation. Um, it came across to her like I didn't care, and how she felt, and how she deals with that didn't matter to me because I didn't speak about it. I never spoke about it until she brought it back to me, as far as in conversation. Um, and so, yeah, I think it was one of those things for me where it's like, again, I don't have the means for that. Like, my goal right now is to try to tackle this bill of mine and tackle that bill and this bill too. So, like, I don't have much to just give you and still maintain my stuff. Rather than just be honest and upfront about her with that, like, that was one of the main reasons why we eventually parted ways. Just not speaking how I felt about that, and coming across to her like how she feels didn't matter. You know what I mean? That hurt me. That definitely broke me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I thought she was the one for me. I thought this is it for me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you live and you learn. Um, but I stayed true. I stayed just myself. Like, I want kids, and that was the ultimate factor into our downfall. She didn't want kids. She made up her mind. She didn't want kids, and I do want kids, and that's something that you should never do. Let go of your ultimate goals and dreams just to keep someone around, because in the moment it's gonna be cool, like, oh, yeah, whatever. But when you lay down and not, like, this is what you truly want over here, not what you're trying to pretend over here. You feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So in that situation, I've learned to communicate more as far as like how I'm feeling, regardless if it's in disagreement of what she is saying. I learned in that situation to become more of a leader, more of a initiator with things, becoming more honest within how I'm feeling and where I'm at financially. Because as a man, like, you don't want to tell your woman that, oh, I don't know if I can take care of this. As a man, it's not important to, you know, it's important, but at the same time, it's not in a sense of like telling your woman that you can't take care of this. Because as a man, your job is to lead and do all these things, right? And so it's hard. You feel what I'm saying? It's tough, but yeah, in that situation, I learned all those great things, and now moving forward, the next woman that steps up can benefit, can definitely benefit from my lessons that I've learned and trying to become a better version of Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I remember back in college when I came across another female where um, similar situation, where it's like on and off about having kids and and all that stuff. Again, not speaking my mind, saying how I felt about that, and um, you know, just having moments where we're doing this and that, but you know our futures are not aligning. You know what I mean? Like, but me being the person that I was at that time, and just going along with shit, and just like not saying how I felt, and hoping this person changes their mind. Um, and so, yeah, I really, I really like that girl. Like I truly, truly liked her. Mostly based off of like before her, I never really had someone to be accommodating towards me. Um, this was in college. This was like 2018, 2019. So like I never really. No, that was 2020. Yeah, that was 2020, 2019, 2020. Yeah. Yeah, at that point, like I never really had anyone that's willing to listen to me and be there for me. It was always me going out of my way for someone else and not getting it reciprocated. So like she was the very first one to like actually listen and be there, be um accountable, with herself about like what she's doing to better us and our possible future together, you know what I mean? And so like I fell in love with that. I fell in love with that feeling to finally have someone to just listen and be there for me, you know what I'm saying? So I really really like that girl, man. And so, and I guess you can say I was a bit blinded to those feelings by just ignoring the kid aspect. And yeah, and I was definitely one of those people where I don't know how to have kids, man. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like as long as I have you, we're good. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm locked in. Um, but like she finally sat me down, like Kendrick, this is not gonna work. I will feel bad for you to give up on your dream of having kids for me. So she respectfully walked away. And of course I was hurt. Of course I was broken and just felt all types of way. But looking back, like I'm man, like I'm glad that she did that. Because I would have been miserable. Like, just say for example, she was selfish enough to like, okay, cool, you don't want kids, great, awesome, let's have life together. Like again, I on the outside I would have been great. On the inside, lay my head down at night, I would have been miserable because we're not going after my goal. We're not going to be husband and wife. We're not going to be father and mother. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? And so I learned a lesson in that, in a sense of never allow someone to change your course in life. Never allow someone to dictate where you see your life and your goals and your aspirations. And so that's very important. It's very very important. And third story, I'll say my last relationship. Considering the fact that around this time, February of last year, we ended things. Um, Perfect timing, right? Valentine's Day. Yeah. Um, but yeah, man, like it was one of those things within my last relationship where it's like I genuinely thought she was the one. Like out of all the women that I been with, like I can say for sure, like I just knew this was it for me. I learned my lessons from two previous women that I was with before her, where it's like you take your time. One, on this side with this woman, you take your time getting to know them, and then on this side with a woman before that, it's like you have to be honest with your intentions. As far as like where you see this, what do you want from them, and making the adjustments to become a better person for them, and making them feel worthy, and making them feel like their time is not being wasted. You know what I'm saying? So I took those two lessons from those two different women into my last relationship, and we went on at least 9 to 10 dates before making things official. Like I truly was dedicated to that grind of getting to know this woman, because again, like I just knew in my heart, bro, like this is it for me. And like, wow, man, like, okay, cool, great. Like, yeah, hell yeah. She wants kids, she wants to be married, you know what I mean? We live in the same city though, so this is great. This is awesome. Um, and everything was cool, man. Everything was great. The getting to know phase, it was around the time, she's a Virgo as well, but she's an August Virgo, so like I'm a September Virgo. So like we started talking for real, around her birthday. Um, and so sometime after her birthday, I think so. And so within our third date was on my birthday of 2024. Um, yeah, that was a vibe. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, we went on hella dates. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know, getting to know, getting to know, and just having those in the car conversations after the fact. That was the most fun. You know what I mean? And um just getting to know, man. Like that's very important to me. Very, very important. Um I feel like though the detriment to that was not on my end. I think it was on her in a sense of not making the adjustments to better and consider this person in your life. She, was that person where it's like, it's literally my world and you're just living in it. And never had anyone to like question her with how she chooses to live her life. And, certain choices, certain decisions, certain ways of life. Like she's never had anything like that. Whereas for me, like if I am bothered and my, you know, frustrated or I feel a way about this or that, or I didn't like how you said this, I don't like how you did that, like I'm going to voice my opinion. And so like that's where kind of like things started to crack down a little bit. And that honeymoon phase slowly died down, and so um I remember our first true disagreement and not really argument. It was just like she felt the way how I approached it. I felt the way how she did it. Um, and it was like one of these things where it's like there was a one of her friends on a Monday, I'll never forget, approached her and said, "Oh, I might have a birthday party this Friday, but it's still in the air." Um, so she was like, "Okay, cool." Now I'm not aware of this party at all. Um, and so well, this opposed party, right? And so um during this time our communication between her and I was strong. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked throughout the morning, going into afternoon, and then in the evenings or late afternoons, evenings, she's kind of busy doing work stuff. And so, you know, around like 7, 8, 9, that's when we get back into the communication aspects. And so and it was pretty consistent within that. And so Monday goes, Tuesday goes, Wednesday goes, Thursday. Now it's Friday, and everything was great in the beginning of the day, and normal time. Talk in the morning, talk in the afternoons, and the usual high afternoon going to the evening. I'm not hearing from her, but I normally hear from her around 8, 9, 10, something like that, to let me know that she's home, safe, and we can get on the phone or FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not getting anything because, from my perspective, again, I wasn't aware of this party at all. So I'm at the assumption that she's home, um, you know, and she's settled in, and I'm just not hearing from her. She just doesn't want to text me, doesn't want to talk to me for whatever reason. again, overthinking. Maybe someone has her attention. And so this entire time throughout this process of me overthinking, trying to figure out what she's doing, why she's not talking to me, she's driving up to the city that the alleged party, which is going to happen now, is happening at. And maybe 11 midnight, she finally hits me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here at such and such, and I'm going to stay at such and such. Okay, that's cool. That's great. But why didn't you let me know? Oh, it was last minute and I had to get dressed. No, 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 no. I feel like you should just be glad I told you. Respectable. And I understand that perspective. However, I've told you many stories about me overthinking. I've told you many times that I am someone that, again, just tell me what's going on. Let me know how you're feeling. Um, and I would have appreciated you taking the time out during your drive to call me and say, hey, I know this is crazy timing, but I'm going to such and such for her birthday and blah, blah, blah. Don't overthink. Everything's good. I'll let you know when I get there. Perfect. To me, I feel like, again, someone that didn't consider my feelings, someone that didn't consider how I'm, feeling or my overthinking ways. Like I'm supposed to just be glad that you told me that you are where you are. When you could have just, so you mean to tell me throughout that entire 2 hour, 2.5 drive to whatever, you didn't think about me enough to like, oh, let me call my boyfriend and let him know what's up. But I'm supposed to just like be okay with the fact that you just told me. Like, nah, man. Like again, I'm going to question certain things. Like, why you didn't do that? Or I feel a way that you didn't. You feel what I'm saying? And so, in my opinion, I feel like she never really recovered from that. Even though we had a full conversation, talked about it, agreed to disagree, and we moved forward. Going back to what I said at the beginning of this video, like, not she didn't tell me the entire um, mindset she was at, um, or just feelings about the whole entire situation. And so, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It happens. Dealing with someone that's not willing to make the necessary adjustments to become a better person and just like, I am who I am, take it or leave it. I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us to become better, both of us have to be willing to not necessarily changing who we are, but making the necessary adjustments to become, better partners for the other. I'm supposed to just accept you for who you are, flaws and all, even though I voiced my opinion that I don't like this, or I didn't appreciate you doing this. Like, oh, it is what it is. Okay. Um, but yeah, things happen. You know what I mean? Um, and you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn, and it is what it is. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this last scenario, man. This last scenario. So the reason why I'm even making this video is, the video that I seen and watched this morning, where it's like it was a scenario. It was a podcast that I am very frequent in watching, and this dude was just like, man, like setting up this scenario. You as a man, you're asking your woman, um, you know, you're asking your woman to for the hand in marriage, and you're asking them to marry you. That, and they say no, or they said, "Oh, give me some time." How would you as a man feel about that? You know what I mean? And so like for me personally, bro, like I'm a one and done kind of guy. Like I can't see myself trying or attempting to marry someone for a second time or a third time or fourth, however many. I'm a one and done kind of guy, man, because like it ruins the moment for me. Not just because of the fact that you say no or you're just need time to figure out what you want to do. But I feel like asking a woman's hand in marriage is just very sacred. And I feel like it should be done only once. Once it's done once and for whatever reason it doesn't go the way you want, trying to do it again is just like you're begging at that point. You're begging for that yes. And asking for someone in their hand in marriage shouldn't be like a beg. It should be something that, again, like it's sacred and you know it's something genuine and it's special. And for them to say no, well, first of all, if someone says no to me and I ask them to marry me and they say no, you're gone. Because like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not gonna continue the relationship as if it never happened. And you say no to me, um, especially like we've already been together for X amount of time. We truly got to know each other. We're in a relationship. We met each other's peoples. We done this. We done that. We did this. We did that. And I truly feel like in my heart, like, okay, this is it. And you say no to me, like I'm no, nah, we're done. Cause like I don't think I can be able to continue this with that in my head and in my mind. And now I'm just like, there's no purpose at even asking you a second time because like I get it. Like everybody has their own time frames or what they want or decisions. But I feel like I feel like within a couple months of you guys dating, seeing each other, you guys should know on both sides of the spectrum, men and women, within a couple months of talking, getting to know each other, you should know if this is someone that you want to marry and have kids with, even before the actual relationship starts. Because if not, then what are we doing here? Why are we getting to know each other? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been a forward thinker. Even the getting to know phase of having dates and whatever, like I'm already thinking like, okay, can I bring this person to mom? Can I bring this person to the family? Can I, brag to my friends about this woman? Can I eventually see myself putting a ring on her finger? Can I see this woman as a mother of my kids? Because again, like that's the ultimate goal, right? That's what we going for. That's what we chasing for. You feel what I'm saying? For me, anyway. And so, like, if that's not what we're building towards, then what are we doing? Because, bruh, you say no to me. You say you don't have you need time. How much time? You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm good. If someone says that to me, either one of those answers, I'm done. I'm over it. You know what I mean? Like I can't see anything worth to do anymore. Because once that first time goes over, and now I'm just overthinking. Now I'm just in my head, and I just look at you differently now. Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you guys react? Like, how would you react to someone saying no to you with so much time being invested and you're just not the one? You're not the one, bro. A lot of time, effort, money been put into this person and they still are not choosing you. That's a pride hit. That's an ego hit, especially for me. Like I pride myself on doing this, doing that for a woman, and apparently it's not enough for me to, be your husband. So it's all good. What is the saying? A woman's loss is another woman's gain, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yo. But yeah, man, this was cool. This is cool. Yeah, beneath the surface with yours truly, episode 15. Yes, sir. Like I'm trying to be married. I'm trying to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to have these moments where I'm together with this person with the background picture. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that's Paris. Paris. Oui, oui. I'm trying to be there with you. I'm trying to have these moments with you. Travel, get to see the world, experience. You feel what I'm saying? Is it clocking? Is it clocking into you right now? You feel what I'm saying? So like, yes, sir. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until my next video. Yes, sir.